Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream. It is obviously the international break still. We took our own little international break, but what a weekend, man. What a weekend it's been. In terms of our name being dragged through the mud once again. As I'm sure you can tell by the title and thumbnail of this stream, it's about, or we're going to have a bit of a chat, a bit of a debunk, a bit of a debrief of the last sort of week's events, I suppose, with Everton getting their 10-point deduction, and how the world all of a sudden started talking about Manchester City off the back of that, and of course Chelsea too. But it's not a topic that I really like talking about, because I'm a football fan. I'm not a politics fan or a legal fan or a rules and regulations fan. But, as a City content creator, I do feel it's important to share my thoughts on it every now and then. And at a time like now, where it's very prominent, I think it's important that we do have a chat about it, and share our thoughts, and kind of calm the nerves a bit. I do have another big stream about this exact topic coming up tomorrow night, a panel show type thing. Got some new faces, some old faces coming back, but I got Joe here with me just to debunk it a bit. But before we do debunk it, I want to play something. I want to play something for you lot, and then we'll have a chat about it because it's important. You can see that, Joe, yeah?
I can.
In terms of that, what are your views on the charges, the timing of them, the number of them? Are you happy to talk about them?
So obviously I can't talk about them, unfortunately, for legal reasons. What I would typically do is always comment after. So I think we're going through the legal process, and these are proceedings that take whatever time they take, and when we're done, we'll have a conversation. I'll give you my very blunt views. I promise you that. I have very strong views on that, but I am going to be, unfortunately, very restrained today.
Right. There you go. That's our chairman, Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, speaking on, or sort of insinuating about the charges, the 115 charges. Joe, does he look like a man that's panicking? Does he look like a man who's fucked up? Does he look like a man who is about to drag our club to relegation, to extinction, to expulsion? Does he look like a man who is phased?
No, absolutely not. He looks the complete opposite. He is so unbelievably confident that we are clean, that there is nothing wrong, that we will be innocent, and that he can prove our innocence. And I mean, it gives me great confidence. I love hearing stuff like that. I love hearing him say things like that, because if he's not panicking, why should we panic? Because he knows a hell of a lot more than we do. He knows the ins and outs. He knows these charges. He'll have all these financial experts and lawyers behind him that will be telling him everything every step of the way. So the fact that he's not panicking is great. I love it.
The big thing there is he's not panicking, and he knows more than us. Now, that's what I want to lead into. He knows more than us. So if he knows more than me, he knows more than you. He knows more than all of us in the chat. He knows more than Dave on Twitter. He knows more than Derek from down the road, or John the Scouser, or Paul the Chelsea fan, or Keith the United fan, who's telling us we're cheating bastards and we're going to be relegated. So why should we panic when Everton get deducted points, when our cases are totally different? Like, totally different. What I'm trying to get a grasp of here is why, because Everton, who pleaded guilty to their case, they said we're guilty as fuck. We fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So charge us. They're appealing the actual sanction. They're appealing the amount of points they've been deducted, as far as I'm aware. But why is that related to us? And why has the whole world now decided that Everton have been deducted points? Let's go and attack Manchester City as well. Even Chelsea, totally different thing. Chelsea are being more compliant. Chelsea are putting the weight of what happened on the previous regime in Roman Abramovich. Whereas we are saying, we're going to fight you. We're going to take you on because we have, what's the word used? Irrefutable evidence. Now, if my board, if my chairman makes a statement saying that we have irrefutable evidence saying we are innocent, I'm taking that. I'm taking that at face value. Simple as. Simple as. Because from the moment he walked through the door, Khaldoon, and from the moment this board walked through the door, they've done nothing but bring joy to us as a fan base. They've done nothing but grow the club commercially, on the pitch, in the stadium, infrastructurally, you name it. So when he comes out and says we have irrefutable evidence and we're going to fight this, I'm behind him. So why do these Twitter journalists, these TikTok lawyers, these Twitter Sherlock Holmes think they know more than the man doing the interview saying we have irrefutable evidence? Why are Manchester City paying Lord Panic more than they're paying Kevin De Bruyne? Why? If you have, there was one account put up a tweet earlier on. I quote tweeted it.
Oh, I saw it. Oh dear.
The Swedish Rumble, who is a United fan. Why are we paying Lord Panic more than we're paying Kevin De Bruyne when the Swedish Rumble knows better? The fuck? Like the audacity of these people to open up their phones or their iPads and type tweets pretending they have a fucking clue what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So how the hell do you know what's going on? Joe, mate, it's bonkers how embarrassing it is, the amount of people. That Craig from the Anfield Agenda, another dickhead who pretends he knows what he's doing. I posted a clip of him on Twitter not so long ago. They got a lot of interactions because people were in the same mindset as me. He said, I've seen the emails, I've seen the documents. You've seen fuck all. You've not seen your dick in 20 years because you're overweight, you prick. He's not seen a thing. So stop acting like you're a Twitter genius or you're a social media genius because you haven't a clue. You haven't a fucking clue. Am I wrong though? Am I wrong? I'm not.
I mean, for the last 8 to 10 months, everybody in their cat, dog, whatever has turned into a financial expert and a lawyer. They act like they know exactly what's going on, and every single one of them says a different thing, so they clearly don't know what they're on about. So, yeah, it's weird. I saw that tweet this morning about new evidence from this United fan with a Ten Hag profile picture. I immediately discarded it. As soon as I saw a Ten Hag profile picture, I immediately went, chatting shit. You're chatting shit. There's nothing that you can say that you can add to this. And I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, Everton get docked points, and you would have sworn it was City who got charged. The amount of times I saw City's name on Twitter instead of Everton, you'd have sworn that, you know, our case was resolved. That's the state of affairs, and people are saying docked 30 points, relegated, liquidated, docked 1,000 points over the last 10 years. It's all a little bit silly. And I mean, I saw, obviously, most people in here will know who Tommy's hairdo is. I saw him retweet something about since 2000 to 2001, if you take City and Chelsea out the Premier League, apart from 2 years, a team in red has won. If you take us and Chelsea away. That's mafia. That's mafia settings. That's what they want. They want to protect them clubs. And because Everton, you know, spent a bit too much money and we've spent a lot of money, Chelsea have spent money. That's basically what they're getting at.
It blows my mind. Listen, there's 150 of you in the building. Big up every one of you who's here. Smash a like on the stream. Let's get up to 100 likes rapid. And subscribe if you're new around here. I'll do the super chat really quickly from Stephen Flynn. He says, heading to the game Saturday, where in MCO or where Manchester shows 3 p.m. game. Where in Manchester would show the 3 p.m. game? We're playing at 12:30, so Mary D's will have it on. Or no, maybe they won't. They don't have the TV license. You probably struggle, Stephen, if I'm being totally honest. You probably struggle, but I'll be there at the game. So if you want to say hello, do look out for me and enjoy the game yourself. Big up for the super chat. So yeah, like the stream, people. A lot of people in the chat saying Hugh versus Anfield Agenda boxing match. I'll spark him clean out. I'll spark him clean out. No problem. No problem. He talks absolute waffle. He knows nothing about our football club. He's bitter and jealous about the fact that we ruined Liverpool's golden era.
What was it he said? Did he not say he's seen the emails or something along those lines? He's seen our financial state. He said something like that.
Let me get the
clip. A few years ago.
Read some of the messages and read some of the chat and reply to them. I'm going to find this clip.
Let me see here. I need to get the chat up, actually. That'd be a help. But Mark Goldbridge says that we ruin football. Yeah, well, he likes using our name, doesn't he, Mr. Mark Goldbridge? He likes making his yearly City in Crisis video where he gets a load of views, and then we go and turn around and win 4 or 5 in a row, and United get spanked a couple of times. No games are screened at 3 p.m. Yeah, we got a blackout. So if you're gonna watch 3 p.m. games,
Here he is, man. Here he is.
bit
Here he
tough.
is.
Oh, here we go.
Now, if I share my screen like I did last time, it should work, shouldn't it?
It should. I've just seen someone say, as a shit, Big Steve versus Mark Goldbridge in the next Misfits event.
Can you see that, yeah?
I can see that. I can see his head.
Right, ready?
How could you undermine everything Pep has done with Man City? Quite easily, because they're cheating scumbags. What Manchester City have done, in my opinion, is disgusting. I've seen the emails. I've got enough information to hand. I don't respect them one bit. I have no respect for them. Zero, none. I hope they get
Hang on. Let me reload that. If it loads.
enough information to hand. I don't respect them one bit.
This bit.
In my opinion, is disgusting. I've seen the emails. I've got enough information.
Okay, right.
There's
So,
the one.
so Craig, who's from Dublin, not far from me, doesn't support Man City. He just streams about Liverpool. He has seen the emails. I haven't. He has seen the emails. Joe hasn't. He has seen the emails. None of you have. Let's continue.
The hand. I don't respect them one bit. I have no respect for them. Zero, none. I hope they get found guilty of every one of the charges. I hope they get screwed to the wall. I hope they get made an example of. And it's not saltiness. I respect good teams. I will respect Arsenal if they win the league this year, but I will not buy the nonsense that's coming out of Abu Dhabi FC. Everyone fucking knows it. That's how I can undermine what Pep Guardiola's achieved, because he's part of the problem.
Right, chat.
He's not salty. He's not bitter. He said it himself. He's not salty.
I just want to I want to make sure everyone's okay and you all sleep okay tonight, because Craig just dropped the bombshell there that he doesn't respect Manchester City. He's so, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to well up a bit. I'm starting to tear up a bit. Craig doesn't respect Manchester City, and he's seen the emails that none of us have seen. He's seen the emails that the whole of world football has not seen, apart from those involved in the case. So I just hope all of you are okay. But this is what I don't bite very often, and I tend to stay away from this conversation because, like I said, I haven't a fucking clue. So how is Craig? But it's annoying. It is annoying when Everton get dock points. I'm away with my missus. I'm in a hotel. I'm enjoying myself. And what's trending on Twitter? Manchester City. Manchester City talk sports saying they're going to get expulsion from the Premier League and relegation from the Premier League. Why are people talking about this when you haven't a clue? Why are you looking for clickbait? Why are you looking for headlines? Why are you looking to appeal to the masses? Because Manchester City, whether you like it or not, are rent fucking free in all of your heads. All of your heads. You've been busy telling us for years you're a small club. You've the empty had. You're an oil club. You buy your success. As Craig says, Abu Dhabi FC. And meanwhile, we've been racking up trophies upon trophies and doubles and trebles and formidables and centurions and signing the best players in world football and making the best players in world football. And it bothers you. You're in pain. You're in excruciating pain. Now, another one on Craig. Craig says he respects good footballing clubs. He respects good teams. Did Liverpool not steal our hard drive and get found guilty? Did they not hack our scouting system and get found guilty?
Fine.
Do we just not pay attention to certain parts of history and what other clubs have done? Does being found guilty, which we haven't been found yet, only apply to Manchester City? I mean, am I missing something? Am I missing something? Craig, this trap incoming. The only reason I'm highlighting him is because he's had a big mouth about this. But I've seen very credible outlets and newspapers and media platforms drumming it up to the masses because the masses are dying to see City go down. And I don't think these people understand that if we go down, I don't care. I'll go to Macclesfield away. I'll go to Blackpool away. I'm here for it because I know we'll go back up and we're still running better than you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ridiculous to say, it's not that ridiculous of a statement to make, to say, if we get found guilty and get sent down to League 2, National League, whatever, we'll still win a league title before Man United do. That's not ridiculous to say that. Like, we don't care. At this point, right, under Pep, we've won everything. We've won everything in domestic football. So we don't, like, there's nothing else for us to do. The only thing to do would be a quadruple, but I mean, who really cares about that? It's kind of unrealistic, isn't it? Like, we've clean swept domestically. We've done 3 in a row, on for 4 in a row, which no one's done. We've won a treble, just a normal treble. You know, we've done everything in domestic football. So getting sent down to the back arse of the Football League really, really doesn't bother me at all, because I know we'll be back up and we'll just get on with it.
Going down, the actual sanctions people are talking about and trying to dangle in front of us and say, this is what's going to happen to you when you get found guilty. Those sanctions, they don't bother me. I'll still buy my season ticket. If anything, my season ticket will be cheaper because it's not Premier League football. I'll still go home and away like I do now. I'll still buy the jerseys. Nothing changes for me. The only thing changes is that the Premier League becomes more competitive for your shit clubs that are also shady. Chelsea have been found guilty of things. United have been found guilty of things. Everton now. Who else? Liverpool with the scouting system. So all these cheating bastards, as the quotes they like to use, are trying to call us cheating bastards for not even being found guilty yet. Until the hammer slams down and the judge says City have been convicted and here's your sanctions, you're guilty. Until then, I'm not breaking a sweat. But what I will do is I'll call out the wankers who start acting like they know what they're talking about. Because if I wanted to act like I knew what I was talking about, I'd stream day and night about this. If I wanted to pretend I knew what the hell was going on, I'd stream all day, all night. I'd feed you lot full of bullshit. I'd pretend I was a lawyer, Sherlock Hugh. I'd sit here in a suit and tie and say, this is how the case is going. I'm a genius. I'm not. And neither's Craig, neither is the TalkSport Donnies, and neither are these outlets trying to appeal to the masses who are dying to see Manchester City plummet. Do you know what I'm saying? We've had domestic football in a stranglehold. And all these people can do is beg that we fucked up along the way to the point where we're gone. Because that's all they can do. If you ask them on a footballing level, while Pep Guardiola is still at City, and while City are still City, do you feel you can compete? They'll all say realistically no. So they have to beg and plead and make banners in Wembley. Remember the 115 banner in Wembley United had? We were asking, could we take that to Istanbul the following week? We were taking the piss. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't understand the mentality that we have. It's one of those ones where I'm just like, it is what it is. When the verdict comes out, I believe we're innocent. I don't know we're innocent. I believe we're innocent. When the verdict comes out, that's when I'll start asking questions. If we're innocent, I'll stream. I'll have a bottle of champagne, bottle of Dom Perignon, and I'll laugh at all the rivals' faces. If we're guilty, you'll see a stream on this channel with me in my suit and tie asking questions of where we fucked up. But I don't believe we have. Because if Caldoun says we haven't, for me, we haven't. So shut up, you TikTok and Twitter Sherlock Holmeses. You haven't a clue. You haven't a fucking rashers, mate. Simple. It's,
yeah, I echo that. Like, if our chairman's not worrying, I'm not worrying. Like, the amount of trust I have in our board because of what they've done just over the last, like, decade. Unreal. I have full confidence that whatever they say is truth. Like, we beat UEFA. They were truthful about that. They said we'd done nothing wrong, and we did nothing wrong. We got found innocent. So I believe it'd be the case again, because they're saying it is.
Listen, if we're gonna talk about potential outcomes and what could happen to Manchester City, let's talk about it on the fringes that we know about, the little smicks of information that we know about this. So we have 115 charges. Have any of you seen the list of the 115 individual charges? Probably not. I wouldn't think so. I don't think it's an available document. But from what I hear, you have multiple charges all umbrellaed under, like, so there's, like, say, for example, 5 or 6 major charges, and there's, a load of other ones umbrellaed under those 5 or 6 major charges. Now, if we're going to talk about, are all of those going to hit? Are City going to be found guilty of 115 charges, including the grass being too long? So the grass was too long on the Etihad in X and Y year. Are we going to be found guilty of that? Maybe. Are they going to find us guilty of the financial dealings? Less chance. less chance. If we are found guilty of anything, do the Premier League have the bollocks to get rid of us? Do the Premier League have the balls to send us down? I'm not so sure, because if you haven't noticed, over the last 15 years, City have become a fucking powerhouse. This isn't Accrington Stanley, with all due respect, that you're sending down. You're sending down what is, whether you like it or not, one of the biggest footballing institutions in world football right now in terms of everything taken into account. You're trying to send down that and the money we bring in for the Premier League. You have to remember, footballing, when you break it down to the finest thing, the finest fundamental, whether you like it or not, and the romance is there or not, it's business. It's money. So if you take Man City and Chelsea out of the Premier League, you're leaving the Premier League out of pocket. That's two massive global fan bases, two massive global commercial assets. You're getting rid of them. You're getting rid of them, and all you're doing is appealing to the heritage clubs. Do you think the Premier League give a fuck about the heritage clubs when they start seeing the bank balance go low? I don't know, Joe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a sticky one, isn't it? Because, I mean, we've just posted record financial results on our end. So, like, the amount of money that we not only generate for ourselves, but just generate for, you know, the leagues and competitions that we compete in is unreal. It's like, it's too much. I doubt they would ever send us down. Even if we were guilty, I doubt, like you said, I doubt they'd ever set a bollocks on them and send us down. Because we just generate too much cash. Like, that's the be-all and end-all. It's business at the end of the day. So, you know, it would be bad for business for them to get rid of one or two, you know, elite moneymakers in a business. Like, it'd be silly. Regardless of whether we're guilty or not, it would be silly for them from, you know, a personal standpoint, from a business perspective, to get rid of us.
Chat, do me a favor. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've hit the like button. It really does help. We've got a big week coming up in preparation to the Liverpool game. There'll be vlogs, fan cams, the whole lot. So hit the like button. But I agree. I agree with what you're saying. And I was going to say something there as well about it. But listen, the whole commercial thing with City is, you get rid of us, you're getting rid of a massive financial powerhouse that we are, whether you like it or not. Rico Lewis conceded a penalty for England. No way. He's starting, isn't he, Rico Lewis? Mad. But yeah, listen, I just think it's a mad situation, and I don't care what happens. I don't care. Like, I want the club to be innocent. I believe we're innocent, but I'm not sitting here acting like I know what I'm doing. And the reason I call out these people who act like they know what they're doing is because they say they sometimes try to structure tweets or structure articles looking fancy, using certain words that make people go, oh, he's using a fancy word, he must know what he's doing. But they slip up every now and again, and big boy Hugh with the brains comes in and reads it and says, no, you fucked up here. The big one for me was when I see the word expulsion from the Premier League. Does anybody in the chat know the definition of expulsion? Expulsion means you're gone and you can't come back. You're gone. You're done. You know, if you're expelled from school, if you're expulsion from your high school, whatever, you're kicked out. You're never allowed back in. You think the Premier League are going to expel Man City or Chelsea or both to the point of no return? You're wrong. You are just wrong. Like, it's not happening.
It's silly.
So when I see these big outlets, big newspapers and big YouTubers and whoever wants to act like they know what they're doing, using the word expulsion, immediately I go, you are talking waffle, brown sauce, garlic, crap, nada. Because you don't know. They're not going to expel anybody. Maybe if the relegation thing, I get it. It's a possibility. You can throw that in there and I'll go, okay, yeah, I get it. If we're found guilty in some world of absolutely everything, relegation's a possibility. But expulsion, you're doing too much.
Expulsion. Oh, I know what's a good idea. Let's send them down to the conference. And even if they work their way back up to the championship and they win let's say we win every single game in the championship, finish maximum points whatsoever, they cannot come back because we've expelled them. They're not allowed to return ever. They're gone for good. Like, it's silly that you'd even use the word. Of course, relegation, like you said, it's feasible. Like, it'd be sort of understandable because it's
the
like
realm of possibility. It's in the realm of possibility.
if we're guilty of everything, it's definitely in the realm of possibility for relegation because that's as severe a punishment as we can possibly get. But like you said, expulsion, never being allowed to return under any circumstance whatsoever is it's waffle. It's a lot of nonsense.
I just think it's been sensationalized from hope. It all comes from a place of hope.
Desperation.
Desperation, people preying on our downfall. Isn't that a Drake quote or a rap quote? Yeah, see, I'm with the streets, man. I'm down with the kids, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think it comes from a place of desperation and hope that City will just become no longer existent, and you can all go back to your beautiful times of United winning 3 in a row multiple times and Liverpool winning and Arsenal winning. So Chelsea and City, you want to go back to nostalgia. But let's just take into consideration other big clubs around the world that have had recent problems. Barcelona have been in a huge amount of trouble in
Our
recent
favourite.
years. Like real big trouble. Who's the current La Liga champions? It's Barcelona.
That question.
It's Barcelona. It's
Goodness
Barcelona.
sake.
So if you're trying to tell me with Barcelona and all the trouble they're in, are still knocking about and are still the La Liga champions, how's that going to make sense? Because La Liga don't want Barcelona to go bust. La Liga, UEFA don't want Barcelona to go extinct. They're too big. They're too commercial. They make too much money. And whether you like it or not, City do just that right now. We just turned over record revenues. We have Erling Haaland, who sells more shirts than I care to think about. We have the best manager in the world. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Like, here's a good one. DJN1. Like Rangers, they got expelled from the SPL, from what I understand. The Prem don't have authority to put us in a different division. Rangers were relegated. They were sent down to the 3rd tier of Scottish football. They came back and won it within 8-9 years. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. You are not Barcelona, says Miggy's on smoke in the chat, man. I don't think Miggy's a Man City fan. Miggy's worried. Miggy's worried that we might take the piss out of the Premier League. What people are failing to talk about outside of the Manchester City realm of content creators and pro City people, we could pull the Premier League's pants down. We could make the Premier League look like absolute idiots. Imagine we go and beat them in this case and call them out for their flaws. Don't make me re-up the Khaldoon video, because he just said in that video, when the time is right, he's going to give you cold, hard, blunt facts. I want to know what those cold, hard, blunt facts are, because once again, he knows more than me and you. And if we go and beat them in that case, and he tells us what he knows more than me and you about, the Premier League could look like a pack of dickheads. Let's send the Premier League down to the Vauxhall and call the Man City League, because that's what it's been for the past 10 years anyway.
And no one talks about that. We could take the Premier League to the cleaners. If we're fully innocent, we could do unspeakable things to the Premier League. And I've actually seen to the point now where I've seen Everton fans going, I really hope they do. I really hope that City have their way with the Premier League, with, you know, the way that they run things. Like, it's at that point now where we've started to get people on our side now. Like, how far we would take it if we were innocent, I don't know. But it is like, the allegations are so serious, you'd hope that City would do something if they're innocent. Because, you know, the potential ramifications of the things that they've accused us of are very, very severe. You know, almost too severe to just let go. So I really, really do hope that, you know, when this is all said and done, they take it further. You know, they try and take this as far as they can, because I really think that we could have our way with it. And it'd embarrass the Premier League. It would embarrass the entire organisation.
I am so confident we'll be innocent. I'm not saying I know we're innocent, because I don't. None of us do. I've made that clear loads of times. I'm so confident we will for 2 reasons. The first reason is because of the statement. We have irrefutable evidence. I believe it. If he says we have it, I believe it. Why wouldn't I? The second reason is I don't think Khaldoon and his, you know, band of men who are going toward the Premier League here are stupid people. I think if they were stupid people, they'd go and get rinsed in court. I think they'd only fight this fight if they knew they could win. If they really knew they could win, I think they'd only fight this fight. Why would Khaldoon go through all of this? Why would the board, the Khaldoon, the lawyers go through all of this if there was a big chance we're going to be fucked over? You don't. You don't. Khaldoon would damage his own reputation 1,000 million times over if we fought this fight and we got our pants pulled down. I believe we're going to beat the Premier League, and I believe we're going to rinse them in the process as well. And there's going to be a lot of people left butthurt and upset. Genuinely.
Yeah. And again, like, we're just carrying on business as usual. Like, we're looking at transfer targets for the next 3 or 4 years, extending the stadium. Like, why would we pump all this money in if we're going to get sent down and lose a lot?
Why would Pep Guardiola be signing extensions? Why is there talk of Pep signing another extension? Why are we talking about signing an extension for Haaland? Why are we talking about building a new facility around the Etihad, expanding the Etihad? Why would we do any of this if we felt we were going to get beaten and made a show of? If we felt we were going to get beaten and made a show of by the Premier League, it would be number one priority. The club would be in disarray right now. There'd be panic stations. Nothing else would really matter other than protecting the club's image as best as possible. The club feel they're innocent. The club are comfortable in the situation. Khaldoon's body language suggests he's really confident and comfortable. So your boy is too? Your boy is too? Sunday League footy for you soon, boys. You better hope, because you're not going to win fuck all unless we get that. You're simple as. Liverpool, he's a Liverpool fan. Their best era since whatever it was, the 70s or 80s. You won one title. Pep Guardiola's Man City shit all over you by a point twice. That's got to sting. I know if I'm you, that keeps me up at night, but I'm not you. I was on the pitch in the Etihad both those times. You know what I'm saying?
Once bottled by Steven Gerrard again as a manager as well, which makes it sweeter.
Your biggest club legend was given another opportunity to give Liverpool a trophy.
And he bottled it.
He went
2-0 it again.
He went 2-0 up in the Etihad. He thought he'd given Liverpool a trophy. He thought he'd finally delivered Liverpool a Premier League. And he fucked it up. He slipped again. Gerrard slipped again. Someone needs to check the soles of his feet because he keeps fucking slipping. Is there Vaseline on the soles of the shoes? Has he not got long enough studs? Because he keeps slipping and bottling you leagues. So don't talk to us. Don't talk to me about playing Sunday League. Simple as, mate. Simple as. It's listen, this Saturday we're playing them, of course, as well. So if they go and beat us, that clip could start badly. Who's Joel, man? Who's Joel? Let's call him out as well. I'm in the mood to have an argument with some people. You are so rattled. It's actually so funny. No one's rattled, mate. It's a topic that you've made prominent. Rival fans have made really prominent. You've made it sensational. You made it catch the headlines. You made us trend on Twitter all weekend. So we're talking about it. We're not a big club. You don't care about us. We're irrelevant, but you can't stop fucking talking about us. You can't keep my club's name out of your mouth. Isn't that what Will Smith said? Blam. No. You made this, so we're going to talk about it. You wanted to have the conversation. You woke the beast. I'm giving you my thoughts. I've called people out now. I'm telling you, big outlets, big personalities online, acting like they know what they're talking about. They know fuck all. They know nothing. They know nothing. I know nothing. So let's take our ties off, put them down, grab a drink, and stop acting like a genius. You're not involved in the case. Mad.
Unreal. The world's biggest small club. I mean, we're trending every week.
And the thing is, they don't get it that we don't care about being a big club. They don't care. But you're giving us the attention. How can you say we're not a big club when Everton get deducted points and all you want to do is talk about us? Surely put all the attention on Everton. Talk about Everton. Trend Everton on Twitter. Why are you talking about Man City in a totally different battle? Man City, who are fighting the Premier League, Everton bent over and said, we're guilty. Why are you talking about us? I don't even care. I'm happy to be a small club. You want to say we're a small club? That's cool with me. I love going to watch my small club every weekend. I love going to watch my small club with the best manager, best striker, and most trophies in the last 10 years. My small club's better than your big club. If that's the way you want to do it, hold it, mate. Hold it on your forehead. I don't care.
Yeah. Difference between bigger and better. You might be bigger, but we're better.
Listen, if I had a trophy here for you, I'd give it to you for being the bigger club, because congrats, you're bigger. Wow.
Heritage trophy.
Heritage, mate. Heritage. But even at that, we pick and choose our heritage, don't we? We pick and choose what history we want to talk about. People refuse to acknowledge things like City won an FA Cup before Chelsea were ever even founded. Is that not heritage? So Chelsea founded in 1905 as a football club established. City won the FA Cup the May before that. Is that not a bit of heritage? The 70s, the 60s, Mike Summerby, Franny Lee, Colin Bell, winning leagues, going to Europe. That not heritage, not history? No. We only talk about the early 2000s and the late 90s because that's where we pick and choose our heritage. That's the only heritage that counts. So City have no heritage, but City have heritage, but we don't like to acknowledge it. They're a small club, but they're doing better than us. They're a small club. We all wish we had their owners. They're a small club. We all wish we had their players, their manager, their stadium, their food trucks. They're everything. What way do you want it? What way do you want the narrative? Because I'm happy with either. I'm happy. We do it fairly, Joel says. Nah. In fact, you wished you were us so badly, you went and stole our hard drive to try and take our scouting targets. That's not fairly, Joe, and you got your punishment. You were found, blam, guilty. Have City been found guilty? Have they, Joe?
To my knowledge, no, they haven't, although you'd think we would.
And what's the rule in the UK when it comes to these cases? Now, I made it clear, chat. I ain't no lawyer, but I do know this. In the UK, get this, until you're found guilty, you're innocent. Wow.
Can verify, yeah.
Proven guilty. Isn't that bonkers? So Liverpool have been found guilty. Everton been found guilty. Not have been found guilty. Chelsea been found guilty in the last 10 years of all different things. City been found guilty of fuck all.
We've actually been found innocent in one of our cases as well, which a lot of people seem to forget. We've actually been found innocent, not guilty. Not nothing, innocent. But, that doesn't matter. Doesn't fit the narrative.
Bro, crazy people. I've been so consistent with this topic. I've been so consistent. I remember the charges broke. I was so hungover. I had the worst hangover of my life that day. I've come back from Tottenham away. We lost to Tottenham away the day before. Daps gave me a lot of Magnums the day before. I don't really drink anymore, but back then I was on it, you know what I'm saying? And I had to go on stream and make videos, sad and hungover. But even then, I still had the integrity to say, I'll keep it real. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. But my club says we're innocent, so I'm going to take that. I'll take my club side the same way I take my club side when we go to watch a game. The same way I take my club side whenever we do anything. I'll always take my club side. So don't act like you know what you're talking about. I've been consistent. I've reserved my judgment because the judge hasn't made his judgment. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. There's bare Liverpool fans in the chat, man. Listen, big up the Liverpool fans. If you're being friendly, big up you. Just hit the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Chat, what are we saying, man? Have we got any more? No more super chats. But look, listen, it's crazy times, man. It's crazy times. And I hate this topic. I do, but unfortunately, my job here means I have to go on about it every now and again. But like I said, we have a big show. I believe it's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I think we have Daps, Mulv, JSGC, Martin, maybe Big Steve, maybe Joe if he's around as well, but he's talking about tonight. We're all going to talk about it more. Like some of the older heads be able to talk about it more logically than me, and they might know more than me. Who knows? Because everyone knows more than me. So yeah, big show tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. But yeah, I just want to basically say to the City fans in the chat, for all the rival fans, first of all, shush, and for all the City fans, just calm. Trust the board. Trust the management, trust the chairman who has done nothing but right for us since 2008. You know what I mean? You talk about changing the club's fortunes. They did that. They've made us something special that we're so proud to be a part of. So if they say we're innocent, until judge does his judging and says guilty, we're innocent as far as I'm concerned. So City fans, just stay chill and do your best to not listen to the people I've called out and laughed at. And people like Joel and Miggy in the chat there telling you that we're innocent and we're going to play Sunday League. If we're going to play Sunday League, I'll still buy my season ticket. I'll still go and watch a bit of Sunday League. I like Sunday League. I watch it. My friends play it on the weekends. I'll go and watch. I've no issue with Sunday League. I'll still be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's chill. It's chill, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, it'd make me go more as well because you think ticket prices come down. It'd be nice. Watch teams that you never normally play against as well. Like, we all love Like, or at least I do anyway. Whenever the cup draws happen, if we get someone down from the lower league, I always like watching it because we don't play them. It's something different. You know, we often talk about, and we often see teams sit back, park the bus, try and stop us for as long as they can. And them lower league teams don't care. They'll go for it because it's their big day out. Like, I love watching that.
You think about the fun we'll have on away days going to those places around England. I've been to all the Premier League grounds multiple times. I'm going for years to home and away games. I'm ready for something new. The prospect of going down leagues doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me at all. So you're not scaring me. You're not making me, want to not support City or give up. Bring it on, mate. The club's done it before. The club will do it again. The only difference is this time we're under a better, more competent ownership than when we came up last time. It's chill. It's all chill. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Like the fun I'd have going to those places, it's unrivaled. Follow City everywhere, man. Exactly. When we said that last season, we'll follow you everywhere. We fucking mean that, mate. We mean that. I was in Munich, I was in Dortmund, I was in Seville, I was Tottenham, Palace, you name it. I was there last season, home and away, and we sang it every week. We'll follow you everywhere. Fucking mean it. We will follow you everywhere. And just because the heritage clubs tell you that you're this and you're that and whatever, it's not going to change a thing. It's not going to change a thing. Anyway, the point of this whole stream was to have a laugh at the dickheads acting like they know what they're talking about. Have a laugh at the fools who are desperate to see the downfall and demise of Manchester City, and just shed some calmness, because I understand that for some people it might be daunting. For some people it might be like, oh shit, Dave from Merseyside has just told me we're getting relegated, or Joel in the chat's just told me we're getting relegated. What do I do? Don't worry about it, mate. Don't break a sweat. We'll be here. We'll be there. We'll be everywhere. Listen, I'm live in 15 minutes on the Big Six channel doing pro clubs. Your boy's Haaland now. I am Haaland for the Big Six Pro Club team. So if you want to go see me bag goals, go over to the Big Six, and we'll do that there. I've no doubt that this week's Big Six episode on Thursday, previewing Liverpool, this conversation will arise again. I've dealt with this conversation a few times. This won't be the last time I deal with it, but listen, big up Joe, man, for joining me tonight. It's always great when Joe joins us here in the channel. Joe is doing this week his first City content on my personal channel, HMTV, so do go over and show him love there. Listen, in times like this, it's so important that we all stick together as a community, as a fan base, as online content creators, as whatever we are. If you're involved in City and City's in your heart, stick with other Blues, support other Blues. Anyone stressed, even if it's not football related, look after them. Everyone matters, and you should show care for everyone. So listen, like I said, go over and show love to Joe on HMTV. 230 in the building. Very good numbers tonight for an international break stream. Smash a like on this if you would. It really, really does help. You guys have been fantastic the last few months with support. So smash a like, get it up to 200 rapid, and subscribe if you're new around here. So yeah, listen, big up all of you. We'll be back tomorrow with the panel, and I think they're going to talk about this again. So listen, in a bit, look after yourselves. Good night and God bless.